Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I'm making my gesso, and this is what I use to prime the wooden panels that I'm painting on. I like to put a layer of homemade gesso on the bare wood before I pour my paint. And I'm going to show you how I make it. This is not my recipe. I found this recipe on the internet and on several YouTube channels. I don't know who to credit for it, but it's awesome. I've been using it for a while. It's economical compared to buying gesso, and the results are comparable. I use Elmer's glue all, house paint. The house paint that I happen to have is satin. It's a Dutch Boy brand, Duraclean. It's interior latex. I use Plaster of Paris and Distilled Water. Paint, 3 parts, and the rest of the ingredients are all 1 part. So let me pour them out in the cups you see there in the video. I'm going to be using that long white stir stick, especially to stir the paint. I'm going to use the same stir stick to stir the gesso. So let me go off camera and get everything measured out, and I will be right back with you. The paint is really thick. So I'm going to spend a while stirring this paint. It's really hard to push around. It's so thick. And you want to bring it all up from the bottom. So you want to go down and scrape the sides and the bottom and bring that stuff up from the bottom. Like this. I use a spoon. This is the same spoon I use for painting all of my paints that are in big jugs like this. And it's never used for food again. Okay, so let me finish stirring this, and I'll be back. I've got 1 of the glue, 1 of the water, and 1 of the plaster measured out. And then I've got 3 of the paint. Okay, so first I'm going to put the glue all. Sorry about my camera moving around. I'm going to put the glue all in here first. It's thick. Really thick. Then I'm going to put the water. And stir this. And I'm going to put the plaster of Paris in here. And stir that. And this will give the surface tooth, something that the paint will grab onto and stick. It leaves a little bit of a gritty surface, and that's kind of what you want. Something for the paint to grab onto and adhere. Another ingredient that you can use very successfully is called marble dust. And all that basically is calcium carbonate powder. And that can be found at feed stores, hardware stores, and don't confuse that with lime. Lime is kind of caustic. Calcium carbonate you can even use in your garden if you get your food grade. Make sure all of the lumps are out of here. And this is a nice smooth. It will be gritty, but you just don't want any huge lumps in it. You want to stir this really good. Now, if you want clear gesso, you can use this right now, as is. It will dry clear. I think I still feel some lumps in there. Just want to make sure all of those are dissolved. I think it feels pretty good. There will be some lumps in here. Okay, hang on, folks, because I'm going to speed the camera up now. This is going to involve a lot of stirring. Here we go. Here's where it's going to get a little tricky for me because I have the board propped up off the newspaper so I can also gesso the sides of this piece of wood. And I'm holding the phone with my other hand, and the board starts sliding around. It's getting a little tricky. So I'm going to end the video, and you get the gist of what I'm doing with the homemade gesso.